You come into the house.
Brother's house.
Brother's house.
Brother's house, brother.
My brother.
Drink my wine. And then but then these same brothers and sisters say, "Pero sexy? Oh, carne. You know, that brother hasn't learned how to crucify the needs of the flesh." Okay, then your eating habits and your living habits ought to also magnify asceticism. The denial of everything that the body craves. And that's not happening. That's not happening. And so that's what I'm trying to show you. I know I'm being cute here, but I'm trying to show you in the Hebraic mindset, the body is kadosh. The soul is kadosh. And that's why Jewish people have a feast whenever the Moadim roll around to cater to the pleasures of the body, but Torah curtails it. It directs it. It channels it in a kadosh way.
Amen.
Christianity, or other religions, deny. They're in denial. What do we do with an alcoholic who's in denial? We say there's no hope.
At all.
What do we do with a drug addict who's in denial? We say there's no hope. There is no hope for people who believe that Yahweh has blessed Israel with a barbaric, archaic practice that is abusive to women and children, and that Yahweh didn't used to allow it, but is not. There are people. Listen to me carefully. Some of you are not listening carefully. There are people who are promoting plural marriage, and not only they're promoting it, they're living it. They are patriarchal. And they're discouraging it. They're teaching against it. Can you explain that one to me? They're living it. They are engaging in it. But they're teaching others that they shouldn't do it. That's a holier than thou attitude. That's only we can get it right. None of you know how to do it. Only me and my family know how to do it. Everybody else is in for hell and torture and pain. That's not of Yahweh either. When I returned to my Hebraic roots, realizing that I was born Jewish, that Yahweh wants me to be a Jewish believer, not a believer, but a Jewish believer. That's why he made me a Jewish believer. That I have to adopt the Hebraic mindset, which means food is good, wine is good, grapes are good, fruit salads are good, sex is good, but every desire of the body and also the spirit realm has to be regulated by the Torah, not by the church, not by the Republicans, not by the Democrats, not by the MJAA, not by the UMJC. And most of you listening to the sound of my voice on radio have gotten your sexual doctrines not from the Torah, but from alphabet soup organizations.
Amen.
Just like I did.
Amen. Exactly.
They told me it was wrong.
Right.
Instead of letting the spirit of prophecy. Who is the spirit of prophecy? Brother Wilbur? Yeshua. Yeshua is the spirit of prophecy, and he alone can prophetically teach you things that you and I need to know.
Amen.
We've got to get our doctrines about marriage and about healing and about families that are prospering and being nurtured in the nurture and admonition of Yahweh from the spirit of prophecy, who is none other than the personification of Yeshua, the blessed Redeemer, the Son of Yahweh.
Amen. Amen.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Amen.
And anything that's of the spirit of Yahweh, anything that's of the spirit of Yeshua, will not call unclean something Yahweh has called kadosh. The principle remains the same.
Amen.
A man and a woman are Basar Echad. The principle remains the same.
Okay.
Ephesians 5:32. Here's a mystery, a sod. What is the Hebrew word for mystery? Sod. For this cause shall a man leave. Now he's quoting today's parsha. We just read that in Bereshit 2:24. We just read that in 2:24. So the New Testament is not new. It is what? Renewed. Renewed with discernment, renewed with insight, renewed with understanding, renewed with illumination. It is the same Torah illuminated and expanded upon. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
For this cause, verse 31, is it 31 or 32?
31.
Shall a man leave his Abba and his Ima, and shall be joined to his wife, notice, and the two, who's that? What two? The man and his wife shall be Echad flesh, Basar Echad. Verse 32. But not the kind of Basar Echad that I used to believe and that you used to believe. It's a different kind of Basar Echad. Verse 32 tells you how it's different. This is a great sod. What is a sod? A mystery. Those who oppose us, Wilbur, are still what? Have not been enlightened to this mystery. Any kindergarten child knows that 1 + 1 = 2. But Yahweh says there's something deeper in the principle of Basar Echad. And what is deeper is Moshiach and the Israelite congregation. The mystery that the Basar Echad is not the bridegroom and one bride, but many. There's your mystery of Basar Echad. Right there. Right there is your mystery. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
That is the mystery. Let's act like a church, man, right now. That is the mystery of the church. The mystical bond between Jesus Christ. I'm trying to reach somebody, all right? I don't believe any of this garbage about Jesus or Jesus. But in their own terms, it's the mystical bond between Christ and his church, and the mystery is that one Yeshua and one bride is not one but many. There's your mystery.
That's right.
Did Paul know it? Of course Paul knew it. Would Paul forbid plural marriage only in your warped head? If he forbid what the Torah allowed, he should have been beheaded. He should have been beheaded. And so should you.
Pharisee of Pharisees.
I was wrong. How about you? Have you also been wrong? Or are you still right now? I'm double wrong. Pharisee. Now look at this. This is a great mystery. Now again, I want to say, this is not for everybody. Yeshua is not everybody. Most people should not even consider plural marriage. It's a calling. It's a calling to birth something, to model something, to live something, and to carry a burden for Yahweh. It's not about more anything. You better be called.
Amen.
You better be called.
Amen.
Because you're going to learn more about yourself in the first year than you ever cared to know. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
It's getting hot in here now.
Okay.
All right now.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So, there is a pashat, a literal understanding. One man plus one woman, Basar Echad. That's the literal, the pashat. But then there is the sod, the mystery, that within the Kihila there are hundreds of millions of virgin brides, and they're all married to Yeshua. But corporately, even corporately, there are two brides, Beit Ephraim and Beit Yehuda. You say that's not true.
Take them to the scripture.
Yeshua has come to reunite and restore and regather what? Both houses of Israel. That's not true. In Yeshua, the two houses are becoming what?
One.
What did you just say? No, what was the word used before that? Becoming. Becoming. For the last 2,000 years, the Master has had two rebellious wives, neither wanting to get along with the other. So plural marriage doesn't work very well unless the people are ready to receive it. Ephraim is not ready to receive Judah. Judah is not ready to receive Ephraim. Why? Ephraim what? Is jealous of Judah. And Judah vexes Ephraim by taking Ephraim's picture out of the family album and says, I control the family album, and one thing I know, I'm going to fill the family album with the Jewish pictures, because you don't look like Israelites, you don't act like Israelites, you don't eat like Israelites, and I am not putting your picture in the album, and neither am I given you control of the family animal.